Alright boys, how we doing? We are here at the Mercure Hotel in Bangkok. We've obviously got a lovely little setup over here, and I was doing some work and I was like, fuck it, let's just make a YouTube video. The setting is sick. It's definitely going to be a better video than usual. So what we're going to go through is essentially how I started my online coaching business and moved to Thailand in the space of 12 months. I feel like I haven't really told the story, and I definitely want to tell it in more detail and tell you exactly like where I started from, how many businesses I've had since I've started, how many fucking jobs I've been fired from and all of this. But that's a story for another day. That's going to be like a 45-minute one. That will come soon. But for now, we're just going to go through exactly how I got here. And I've basically started July last year. I graduated from university. I went to Sheffield University with my mate Sal, who's actually here, and essentially graduated with no idea what I wanted to do. I was basically looking at jobs a little bit, and I wanted to go into some sort of sales. I was always interested in like a commission role, right? Because I wanted to make more money. I wanted to just really like get good at sales and just get to a point where I could progress. And as a result, foreign exchange sales appealed to me. So I looked into loads of jobs, as you can imagine, working in London, Victoria, and I applied for so many. I got through a load of interviews and I was really about to go ahead. I got to like a third stage interview with one massive company, and I was like, yeah, this is great. You know, everyone was like, oh wow, you're gonna be so successful with this, but deep down, this is not what I wanted to do. You know, you had to shave for these interviews, like go clean shaven. I did it, and I just looked at myself. I took a photo on Snapchat. It was like a year ago, last month or something, and I just looked like a prick. And I was like, why am I shaving just to impress someone who doesn't even give a fuck? Like, what is this? And I wasn't really convinced at that point, and basically I was on the fence. So I was a bit unsure about what I was going to do. I was about to press go on this job and basically commit to traveling, 30-40 minutes into London every day just to make 40,000 a year, maybe more, which would have been cool. And essentially I was like, okay, I'm just going to go enjoy myself. So my birthday came around, and then basically I went to Ibiza. Well, in fact, no, I'm going to tell the story a little bit different. So basically, not 2 weeks later, I went to Ibiza. Now, this is a crazy story, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Basically, in March, on my third year of uni, I wanted to do like a summer abroad. And I really wanted to do it in Ibiza because it just looked amazing. And I figured I would never actually do it unless I just fucking decided to press go on it. So I booked a flight, a one-way flight. I didn't look into it. And I was like, I sorted the job out near the time. 2 months later, I realised the UK had exited the EU and we couldn't actually work in Spain without some sort of visa or a Spanish passport. So that was basically impossible. That flight went to waste. Now, fast forward 3-4 months, I went for some drinks with some mates, and I see on my phone like, oh, it's time to check in for your flight. Like, I completely forgot about it. And I just showed them as a joke, and everyone was like, you should go. And I was like, should I? Like, it was a bit of an idea at the time. I was like, fuck it, why not? Let's do it. And I basically booked a return flight. I didn't have much money at the time. I was like, right, if this goes through, if my bank somehow accepts this payment, I'm going to go and get a return flight. And guess what? Yeah, the return flight went through. So I went essentially to Ibiza. I left at like 7 p.m, arrived at 11, went for a massive night out. It was unbelievable. I fell in love with the place. And then I came back at like midday the next day. That day was pretty much life-changing because basically I was walking on the beach at around 7 a.m. and I had no responsibility, I had no university, no job, nothing. And I realised, fuck, this is exactly what I wanted to do. So I got home and I was so motivated. I looked up so many different ways that I could basically work online, figure out a potential way to just basically move abroad and do this for a living. And I figured, I love fitness, let's just start some sort of fitness coaching business. So I did everything that you probably shouldn't do to begin with. I mean, I had an Instagram account. I've been doing TikTok for a couple of years before that, but I did everything you probably shouldn't do, which is make a website. Like, I don't know why I made a website assuming people were just going to click on it, but I did it. I spent about 2-3 days on that. It actually turned out pretty well. And now I had a bit of skin in the game. I was like, okay, I'm actually committing to this. Anyway, 3 weeks fast forward, and my birthday comes along, and basically we go to Ibiza again because I loved it so much, and this is where my life genuinely changed. I went for a night out, first day, really good, and actually before that night out, I went to the gym, this outdoor gym, and I filmed so much content. I just bought my first tripod and filmed loads of content. That content I filmed that day is actually what changed everything, because those videos I made, they were really good because they had a sick setting in the background. I was topless, I was looking big, and I posted a bunch of them on Instagram, and they got so much engagement that it actually got me my kind of first 1.5k followers, which really made me commit to it. I then went on a night out. It had been a productive day, and I break my phone, right? So I go from there, basically. I go for like this 2-hour walk to like the old town to go fix my phone, and I had nothing to do other than think. And And I used this time basically whilst in such a nice place, Ibiza, looking at the beach and everyone, looking at all the people who were working here, and I was like, fuck, this is exactly what I want to do. It really reinforced it. Like, I felt it. I really wanted to do it. And essentially, that changed my life, because I've been that 2-hour walk. I basically figured out exactly what I want to do, exactly what I don't want to do. And long story short, I cancelled every single interview, went home and said, nah, fuck it. I'm burning the boats. I'm basically just going to send it and just figure out this business no matter what, and basically fucking commit online. So that's what I did. I came back from a sick holiday and I worked so hard. I told my family, my friends, everyone was like, yeah, like supportive, but like they still didn't really understand like what it was I was going to do. So I just kind of kept going, working in science, putting in the steps in, asking people who have done what I wanted to do. And eventually I bit the bullet and bought a business mentorship, which was really, really good. It really taught me everything I needed to know. I worked so hard. I turned up to every single call, and I was working, from 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. every single day. And I started off with just a few clients, and after that I got to around 20 clients or so, and I was making good money. I had a solid income from coaching, and I realized, okay, this is it now. This is something I can commit all my time and effort to. And that's exactly what I did. From August until December, it was literally just locked in. My friends were at university, my other friends were at work, so just me in my bedroom just fucking grinding every single day. Any of my early followers will have seen it. I'm just in my room, just absolutely smashing it. And this was literally crucial. This was a game changer, because honestly, this time I got so much done. I was just getting up and working instantly, and I just got so much done that it pretty much changed everything from there. Now, from there, we just learned so much, got a load of transformations, kept building, and kept saving as well. Like, I was making a lot and I wasn't spending a lot because I was living at home. But eventually got to a point in around January, February, where I realized I'm not going to scale, I'm not going to develop as a person unless I leave the nest. So I started flirting with the idea of going to Thailand. But before I went to that, my brother proposed, let's go to Dubai. And basically, I couldn't really afford it at the time, but I was like, fuck it, let's go to Dubai. So we went to Dubai. I went to some of the best gyms, Banus, TK MMA, and I filmed some more content. Funnily enough, the content I filmed there then took me from 1.5k to around 5 and a bit K followers, because I posted a reel with such a cool backdrop and it exploded. I guess a really good lesson here is, if you're going to try and do something and you're really serious, commit. Spend a lot of money you don't have and do something that is going to help you, because it will come back. I definitely earned all that money back from Dubai because I posted such good content. And I tell you what, there's actually a graph, I'm going to post it on here. The day I came back from Dubai, you could see like my followers and everything explode. And whether it's down to luck, whether it's down to the content, whether it's down to my mindset change, whatever happened when I went, I was just even more committed. I was around hungry people, I saw the Ferraris and everything. I was like, right, this is what I want. And not 2 months later, I essentially just moved to Thailand. I was like, fuck it, we're going to go to Koh Samui and we're just going to send it over there. I left with around 200, 300 quid in my bank after the flights. I obviously had like payments coming in and stuff, but I was just like, fuck it, I'm never going to do it. There's never going to be a perfect moment, so I sent it. And I did that. Long story short, we're at this position now where we've been here from April until September. I've made more money than I did at home over in Thailand. I've met such amazing people. I've got in better shape, and I've managed to just sustain a lifestyle here where I'm fully working. Like, look at this now, I'm in Bangkok, and not a bad place at all. It definitely beats where I came from in London. And essentially, this all started from just one simple idea I had, just to basically take a risk, because why not? Like, fuck it, we're all gonna die, why not take a risk? And 2, leaving the nest. I got to a point where I was just like, I'm not going to progress unless I do something that puts me out of my comfort zone. And honestly, the best way to do that is get a flight halfway across the world. So that's exactly what we did. The 4 months in Koh Samui was amazing, really, really helped with everything I wanted to do. And then moved to Bangkok, and now the mindset is crazy. We're blowing up for YouTube, we're doing everything here. And this is just pretty much a little bit of a story of how we went from zero, so basically from uni, in debt, no idea of exactly what I wanted to do, to 12 months later, living in Bangkok with a full coaching business, with the ability to travel pretty much wherever I want, whenever I want. And all it took was 12 months, just hard work and dedication. See, you can put the hard work into whatever you want. You can work hard for someone else, but the point is, when you work for yourself and when you work on your business, you are slowly compounding all those efforts into something that will then materialize, which is why I encourage anyone to work hard on something that they enjoy, work hard on something that they know is going to pay long-term dividends, because if you do that, it's going to be a game changer. But yeah, quick short video, boys. That's exactly where we're at. We're at Bangkok now, and the sky's the limit. Next month's going to be Dubai, and we're going to do it all over again. We're going to do it even better. watch out for some sick content. And yeah, I'm going to post a 45-minute video showing a bit more about the journey. But if you're interested and you want to see kind of what we're about, like and comment and subscribe, and we'll be posting more. All right, boys, catch you in a bit.